And we fade out. Well, howdy friends, and welcome to episode 1 of the Old Timey Bible Corral. If you're watching this, it means you're probably drunk and clicked on this by accident. YouTube is good that way. Well, this is episode 1 of however many I feel like making. What can you expect? Well, who knows? I take the Bible seriously, but I don't take myself too seriously. I expect we'll have fun and maybe learn a thing or two from the Bible. I think we're going to have some great recipes for barbecued sacred cow, and I'm going to help you learn what not to step in as you're walking through the green pastures and being led by the still waters. I can promise you this, at some point I will offend you. My prayer is that you may have a good time while being offended. Caveat. That's a fancy word for by the way. If you are a fan of Kenneth Copeland and Jesse Duplantis, go ahead and click on another video right now. Maybe a Wicca or Satan worship video. All those guys belong to the same fraternity. So let's get right to the sacred cow tipping. Y'all know what cow tipping is, right? Well, that's when you go out to a cow pasture at night and find a cow who's asleep standing up, and then you push that rascal right over. Now, when you do that to a real cow, it is mean, and you also run the risk of getting shot by the farmer who owns the cow, and you have to run away pretty dang fast and jump the barbed wire fence and tear your blue jeans and have to explain to your mom how the tear got there. I digress. Sacred cow tipping, however, is a whole dadgum different thing. Pushing sacred cows over is a good thing. Here's why. 99% of sacred cows are in opposition to proper biblical teaching, even if that little feller can be found in the Bible. What do I mean? Well, let's just go out to the pasture and find one of those snoozing bovines. Well, look, there's one right there, a good one. See him? Well, he's right over there by the water trough. He has a name, you know. Now, you probably think it's Sparky or Big Red or Blaze, but you are wrong. This beast has a real long name. It is Philippians 4:13. I told you it was a long name. It reads, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. Now, I see motivational talks, t-shirts, and would-be miracle workers all using this verse in a way that it was never intended to be used. Well-meaning but misguided Bible teachers intimate that this verse transforms you into an invincible super-Christian. Like Clark Kent in a phone booth, you just claim the power of Philippians 4:13 and you can defeat every obstacle, perform any miracle, heal the sick, and leap tall buildings in a single bound. Well, this verse has resulted in lots of Christians giving up or feeling that they're failures. They wind up questioning their salvation or wondering why their Christian life is not as victorious as it should be. Well, think this thing through. Friday night in October, 2 Christian school teams are about to hit the football field for the championship game of the season. 2 locker rooms, 2 teams, 2 coaches. Now, both coaches are in their locker room screaming at the top of their lungs, and we're going to win this game to the glory of God. Tell me why. Then every young man in his uniform hollers out, I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me, coach. Well, those 2 well-meaning but misguided coaches have just put God in a seemingly awkward spot. They have just obligated God to see to it that both teams win. Now, here's a piece of advice. Write this down. Never get your theology from a single verse. Let me say that again. Never get your theology from a single verse. Context is the key to every passage in the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. To understand Philippians 4:13, you have to read the verses before it. What do they say? Well, they say, starting with verse 11, not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am in, therewith to be content. I know how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and suffer need. I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me. The clear teaching here is not that you can be a super Christian. It is not the cow patty that is the prosperity gospel that teaches that God always wants you rich and healthy. The Apostle Paul here is saying that God gives you strength to move on when things are at their worst. So then, my brothers and sisters, here is the blessed promise of Philippians 4:13. God will give you the strength to get through the hard times. When your world has fallen apart, Christ gives you strength. When you are in need, Christ gives you the strength to endure. When you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, Christ gives you the strength just to keep walking. So hang up your tights and your cape. You ain't a super Christian, but you are a child of God, and God will give you the strength to endure. So, if you like what you saw today, click the like button and hit subscribe. You will be notified when I put more stuff out here. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them in the comment space below. What is next? I don't know. I might play the ukulele or do ventriloquism. I might even wear a pirate outfit. I don't know. Bible study does not have to be boring. God bless y'all.